Welcome to Mangum News. I'm your host, Elijah Mangum. This week we'll be discussing Hurricane Ian, Andor Episode 4, She-Hulk Attorney at Law Episode 7, The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Episode 6, Hocus Pocus II, Florence High School's football game against Wayne County, North Korea firing missiles over Japan, my weekly weather report, and my exclusive interview with State Treasurer David Mcrae. Without further ado, let's begin. Hurricane Ian made landfall in southwest Florida on Thursday as a Category 4 hurricane, resulting in much damage, mass power outages, and over 100 deaths. This comes after Governor Ron DeSantis issued a state of emergency on Tuesday, September 28th. School closures and evacuations followed.
It's no longer possible to safely evacuate. It's time to hunker down and prepare for this storm. This is a powerful storm that should be treated like you would treat if a tornado was approaching your home.
President Joe Biden approved the state of emergency declaration and a public health emergency.
We discussed what we've done to prepare for the hurricane. That includes dispatching hundreds of FEMA personnel and activating thousands of National Guard members. I've also developed a search and rescue team and deployed them to multiple federal agencies.
On Friday, Ian made landfall in South Carolina as a Category 1. This resulted in at least 76 deaths and another emergency declaration from President Biden. While Andor Episode 3 ended last week's three-part premiere with a bang, Episode 4's lack of action makes it less engaging, but still does move the story forward in a way that teases exciting episodes to come. Overall, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. She-Hulk Attorney at Law Episode 7 steadily declines the series into sillier and sillier territory, but at least Jennifer Walters' character arc of self-discovery begins to come into focus. Overall, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Episode 6 succeeds with the epic episode-long Battle of the Southlands, full of great action and moments. Overall, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. The highly anticipated sequel to Disney's 1993 cult classic Hocus Pocus II, succeeds with Halloween fun, humor, and good performances. Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Magini jump right back into their roles as the Sanderson sisters and have the same chemistry as they did almost 30 years ago. The sisters are given more depth with genuinely emotional moments and some wholesome themes of sisterhood. There are also some great musical numbers. However, the film's weakest link is the story that lacks originality, and the new characters are not very compelling. Overall, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Wayne County High School defeated Florence 21-15 Friday night at Wayne County. Next week, Florence will face West Jones at West Jones. North Korea on Tuesday conducted its longest ever weapons test. A nuclear-capable ballistic missile flew over Japan and could reach Guam and beyond, forcing the Japanese government to issue evacuation alerts and halt trains. The South Korean and U.S. militaries responded by launching fighter jets, which fired weapons at a target off of South Korea's west coast in a show of strength against North Korea. On Wednesday morning, the United States and South Korea began missile tests of their own in response, including one South Korean ballistic missile which malfunctioned, plowing into the ground. The explosion confused and panicked the coastal city of Gangwon, South Korea. Wednesday will be sunny with a high of 84 and a low of 56. Thursday will be sunny with a high of 86 and a low of 60. Friday will be sunny with a high of 86 and a low of 58. Saturday will be sunny with a high of 76 and a low of 50. Sunday will be sunny with a high of 76 and a low of 50. Monday will be sunny with a high of 80 and a low of 54. Finally, Tuesday will be sunny with a high of 82 and a low of 58. A lot of people, I think, are kind of unaware of the role of the state treasurer. So can you kind of discuss what all entails in the role that you play?
So the role of the state treasurer in its simplest form is the bank of the state. I handle the cash flow, the treasury handles the cash flow of the state, we handle the bonds, the investments for the state, and that's kind of the private side that most people don't see. But on the public side, what people see all the time is college savings and unclaimed money, and how we do that for the people here in Mississippi. But both sides are equally important. On the private side here, for me at least, we have been able to get $100 million worth of investments to the state of Mississippi through wise investments and taking advantage of the stock market. And through our bonds, we've been able to maintain our strong AA credit rating and save the state several millions of dollars so that the taxpayers won't have to be burdened with extra taxes.
All right, and can you discuss sort of more in detail the services that your office provides?
Sure. On the public side, like I said, we handle unclaimed property, unclaimed money, and college savings. So let's talk about unclaimed money first. Unclaimed money or unclaimed property is money or property, or really just money owed to people in Mississippi who have either like stock splits, stock dividends, or utility deposits, or things that banks or other companies can't find the individual. So it is our responsibility here at the Treasury to find that individual and put them together with the money that has not been returned to them. So far, we've been able to return in the 3 years that I've been here $60 million to the people of Mississippi. And that is a huge economic boost for people in general, but that goes back into the communities, and it doesn't cost the taxpayers a single cent. And I always like to, people are funny because they think, well, it says I have just over $200 or I have under $200. Well, if you have under $200, well, think about when you go into your winter coat, and it's getting cold now, and you go in your winter coat and you find just $20, how excited you are to find $20. I mean, money's money, and it's great to have, and it's great to put back into the community or use it for whatever you need it for. But the people who say, well, I just have over $200, it's not worth my time sometimes, or I'm going to do it later. Well, to those individuals, I say, well, we just this weekend had an event in Brandon where we found a woman $16,000 who didn't know she had that. We found people $500,000. We found a woman $800,000. The average claim for Mississippians is roughly $2,100, and we're just happy to get that back to individuals who can get it back to the communities. The other public service we do that people see more readily is college savings. And we have two college savings programs here in Mississippi. We have the prepaid college tuition plan, which sounds just like what its title is. It's prepaid college tuition, meaning that if you pay a certain amount today, then tomorrow it will cost the same amount. For example, if it costs $1 today to go to Ole Miss and you lock in that rate, then it'll cost $1 when you're ready to go to college. It's one of the best investments for people here in Mississippi, and I highly encourage it. The other plan we have is a MAX program, which is Mississippi Affordable College, and that program is like a checking account. You put in a little money today, and we invest that and get money for you, and through interest and investments. And when you're ready to go to college, you can draw down on it like a savings account. Each one has a little different benefit to it. And if anyone listening to this or watching this is interested, you can go to treasury.ms.gov and learn a lot more about it.
That's all we have for this week. Mangum News will not return until Monday, October 24th. Until then, make sure to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And thanks for watching.